I haven't made a video in a long time. I had wrist surgery, and it's all healing well. I have a lot of projects in the garage now. I have 2 DRZs, one not working right now. We'll see if we can fix that. 2 Harleys and a Yamaha XT. Just little projects for most of these, and that guy doesn't work right now. See what we could do about fixing it, maybe. So right now I'm concerned about this guy because this is my new bike and it's great, but the gas tank is an aftermarket Acerbis 3.7 gallon tank, and it leaks at the petcock. The issue is I got stuck in Croom on my last trip there because in Florida you get a lot of sugar sand and you have to learn how to ride on it, but dumping your bike is just part of riding in Florida and part of riding in sugar sand. Honestly, it's just gonna happen. You dump the bike and my engine flooded, and then as I was trying to get it started, it died in the middle of the woods, and I had to leave it overnight, and I'll put a picture in. So that was a fun trip, and so I learned to put the OEM petcock on there, but the problem is it uses wood screws into the plastic Acerbis tank for the petcock. Now, they use brass inserts like this. This is the radiator guard mount. So they use brass inserts on this. They did not use brass inserts for these bolts right here. All right. It is pretty much just drilling wood screws into plastic, so if you even slightly over tighten them, you're going to strip the screws out and you're not going to have enough pressure to keep it from leaking. So that's the problem I'm running into now. So Acerbis, please rethink how you're making these tanks and fit them with brass inserts, or just give us the vacuum petcock, because this is a problem a lot of people are having. And I talked to somebody at Acerbis, and he was a help. He helped me, but it doesn't fix the problem. So you spend $300 on a gas tank, only to find out that it will get you stranded if you drop it, and then you have to pretty much customize it to make it work. Now I'm gonna see if I need to do brass fittings or brass inserts on it, or I might just fill it in and use the wood screws. I think the better fix is probably brass inserts. So we'll see. I'll do some research and see what I can come up with, and I'll keep you in the loop. As you could see, you needed to file this guy a little wider so you could fit the stock in there. And also, here are the wood screws that go into this hole, which is not a great fix because, as you can see, no inserts. You're just going in there right into plastic. So let's see what we can do to fix that. Alright, so here's the solution that I'm gonna try. I have these brass inserts that go to wood. So you screw these guys in, and then it gives you like actual thread that you can screw into. So let's give it a shot. So basically I've just screwed this in, just nice and slow. Okay, like that. And then I unscrew it. And now I have a brass fitting. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unscrew this. I'm going to unscrew this gently. Then I'm gonna put some plastic bonder on it, so maybe it will hold it. And I tried to look through there and it looks okay. It's not busting through to the other side, so I think there's enough material in there to where it should work. Okay, just give it a quick sand. Alright, so I'm just gonna mix up some of this plastic bonder, JB Weld. It's 2 parts. You gotta mix them. And I'm hoping this will do the trick. So you mix them around a little bit. It's a little bit like one of those cookies. Mix it around. So I'm gonna roll this around or put this in the hole right in here and screw it in. And can't really show you that because I only have one hand, so I'm gonna need both for this. Alright, so that's what it looks like, and then I will come back when this all dries and I will give it another sand, and hopefully that does the trick. So I filled them in, put the inserts in, and now just to be safe, I'm gonna tap them out to the correct size, just to get all the plastic and all the dust and stuff out of there. So hopefully they won't come out when I try to screw them in. So it still leaks, so I'm gonna have to try a couple more things, but for now I just painted my old tank black bed liner, and I stuck it on, and we'll see how that holds up. Should do fine, but I really would like to get the Acerbis tank fixed, so let's see what we can do. Keep you posted. So Adam over at Acerbis was nice enough to send me over a mounting kit, which is going to be a big help. I did need these little spacers for the gas tank anyways, and of course it includes the wood screws, as you can see there. So I guess what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to fill in the holes with the plastic epoxy and see if I could re-drill the holes and just be more careful. So I'm going to mix it up and put it into a turkey basting syringe and put it into the holes. So let's see if I could get that going. So upon taking the screws out and the petcock off, I found that one of these inserts just sort of exploded in there, and I had to use my easy out, which these have come in handy a lot. Definitely get these. Just screw in the opposite direction of whatever screw is stuck somewhere, bolts, anything. Super handy. So I'm going to fill in the hole with plastic, and I might try the brass inserts one more time. Just give it one more shot, and I'll just have to be very careful. And fill it in. Okay. And let it dry. So what I did is I took it off and I put some of the JB Weld plastic in there, and it's not the same plastic as the plastic on the gas tank, so it doesn't quite match up. But I threaded it in and I gently screwed the petcock in, which apparently I did not do last time, or the first time. So I thought I'd retry it, and it seemed to have a little leak in there at first, and I just tightened it just a little bit more while it was on the bike, and it seems to have stopped the leak, or at least made it very minimal. So I might have to put the old tank back on. We'll see. I don't want to, but the Acerbis, like, come on. While I was riding the bike as well, I found another problem, which I will put the picture in here. Now, that problem is the radiator hose hits the plastic gas tank. So the radiator has an overflow hose by the cap, and it gets pinched on the gas tank, so it gets a big hole. So instead of going into your reservoir, it sprays all over your radiator. So I gotta try to see what I can do with that. One of my next projects is I would like to try to put this guy on that guy. So I think that might look pretty cool. But I have to, of course, the mounting brackets don't match up, so I'm gonna try to see if I could get one, you know, made up with some sheet metal, and we'll see what we can do. But Acerbis really needs to get on their shit. Ryan was a big help. He sent me another mounting kit, and it was a big help. I needed some parts, you know, some rubber grommets and stuff like that. But really, they just need to start making their tanks better. I mean, I guess nobody gives a shit about, you know, the DRZs anymore. They're on their way out, but a lot of people ride them, and a lot of people have had this similar problem. So don't be cheap. Just get the petcocks and get the right screws, like brass inserts, so we can thread it in there and we don't have to worry. I mean, there's brass inserts everywhere else on the tank, just not at the petcock. So I don't get why not. So I guess that's my problem with it. It sucks because I like the tank. And it's expensive. You think if you pay, you know, $300 for something that's plastic, that it would be quality. And maybe other tanks are quality from Acerbis, but this is not. They could do better, and hopefully they'll start to. And maybe if there's another DRZ coming out, they'll put a little bit more effort into it. So I guess that's all I have to say.